Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew, and I'm here with two very special guests today. Two of, in my opinion, the best alt builders in the community to talk about some alt builds and argue which one is the best of them all. So, if you guys want to introduce yourselves a little bit.
Yeah, I'm Codiana Briggs, also known as just Hauke, my first name. I'm from Germany, living in Hamburg, and I'm part of the Lego community now for like over 20 years, but having my Instagram account since now 8 or 9 years or something, and started alternate models 2 years ago. And since then, having instructions for them available on Rebrickable and sharing content literally daily, also sharing my building process on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts.
Cody, is there anyone in particular you want to show off to the people?
I think a lot of people really like my most recent Republic gunship model, this one here on the turntable there. And currently I'm transforming exactly this one into the Tiger Shark gunship, known from the 2003 Clone Wars series, by adding this random Pokemon set. I don't even know those two Pokemons, but one of them comes with really nice parts. And I'm already looking forward to releasing the instructions for this one. Once it's done, I think this could become a quite popular model.
One of my favorites of yours is the Notre Dame. This thing to the Jabba's palace and Rancor pit is pretty insane. The only thing I see people complain about is, man, I wish this was an actual set so I didn't have to buy a Rancor to fit inside of it.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me about, do the minifigures come with Notre Dame? But literally the minifigures would make the price for Notre Dame, it's 230 euros, and the minifigures alone would be 400 or 500 euros.
Tommaso, introduce yourself a little bit.
Hey, so I'm Tommaso, sharing my work under the name of Tommaso Builds. I always, loved Lego, but I think I just rediscovered my love like 3 or 4 years ago when I built a CD player, a DJ player, which I thought like it was a pretty good idea. I shared it on Lego Ideas, and it reached the 10,000 supporters, which was pretty cool. So I actually went into start and design other builds. And I think around, also 2 years ago, kinda, I discovered this alternate build world, and I was like, I have to try it. So I started off with smaller alternate builds. I found that the MIDI Millennium Falcon was a pretty good model with a pretty good part selection. So I designed 4 alternate builds out of that, plus one, the MIDI Ebon Hawk, which was a combination of the MIDI Falcon and the Ahsoka Starship. And then I went on with bigger challenges. So I went for UCS sets, and I started, I think, with the biggest one, the Millennium Falcon, and I turned it to the Outrider. Outrider is my all-time favorite ship, I guess. So that's why I'm currently working on bigger alternate builds, which I find a lot of fun. I don't post so recently as Cody. So frequently as Cody. But that's just because I have to work for a very long time on these builds.
Yeah. It's this when this came out, this like shook up the whole alt build community. I remember the day it dropped because nobody had ever seen an alt build of this size, and I still, other than this is still more pieces than the Ebon Hawk, right? I don't think there's really many other alt builds that are bigger in piece count than this.
So, it's a little more than 7,000. The Falcon has 7,500 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And here again, I used pretty much of the parts.
Yeah, most recent one.
So when I saw it, I thought, okay, now I need to transform my Millennium Falcon into the Fondor Hallcraft because I think it would work. But as my building process, unlike yours, is always starting physically, and I know that sorting even like a set like the Dark Millennium Falcon with 1,500 pieces, sorting this is a nightmare, and working with those parts, and then working with 7,500 parts, I need to sort up front. And then I still have no clue what parts I have on the table. It's just too much. I think my kind of, or my workflow is not ready for UCS models.
Yeah, it would be a nightmare. I mean, I wouldn't even start it if I had to do it physically.
Yeah.
No way.
You still made a Falcon into the Hallcraft. I remember you did this. It's just smart play. So you had the idea. You said it's probably possible. Just with how I can do it right now, I could do it with the smart brick one, not the 7,400 piece one.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's genius. I loved it,
dude. This video, when I was talking about this, like everybody was like, dude, he made smart bricks cool. It was like, because you made the engines hidden, you made the cockpit good. It's like the problem with the smart brick sets is, yeah, the smart bricks could sound better, but at the end of the day, it really needed to be hidden. And the builds were all compromised on smart brick sets. You proved they don't need to be compromised, and I think that's really cool.
But you also made the B wing out of this, which is I think like even cooler. I love that.
Oh, yep.
It's super cool. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah. No, this looks like an official set. It's like perfect like use of the new cockpit piece.
Absolutely. It's way better than the Falcon.
So we gathered what is our favorite alt builds ever. And we purposely did not include Cody's and Tommaso's. That's why I wanted to show them up at the start, just to give them the props because they are amazing. It's just, if we included theirs in it, bias would definitely ensue when it comes to picking which one's our favorites on the bracket. So the 32 that are here, maybe some of us will remember who made which, but if we don't remember, every single alt build will be listed with the creators in the description of the video. So please go check out all the creators given and shown off here, because there's so many talented people in the community and we just want to talk about them. Every single one in this bracket, we all love. It's just, we're trying to figure out which one we like the best. Let's get started on this one. Gingerbread AT-AT to a Falcon, and the Imperial Shuttle into the Naboo Space Station. I forget the name of that one.
Trade Federation Control Station, or like, there are so many names.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Trade Federation.
From episode 1. So we know where it is. So which one's your favorite? Because I think I'm going with this one right here, the Battle Station.
Easy choice. When this was released, and this guy has a lot of these alternate models using the Star Destroyer. When this was released, I really thought, okay, I thought this is not possible to build at all as an alternate model. And he again used literally every single piece. He even created some smaller landing ships. You see it in the left corner. And it has a full interior. It's really stable, at least I heard from other people who build it. For me, this is a perfect alternate model.
Yeah, absolutely. I was blown away when I first saw this. I mean, like, how? So yeah, I mean, it's hard as an alt build, but I think it's hard as a regular build as well. So I was very much surprised that he could come up with an alt build for this design. So yeah, hands down.
The main reason I included this one right here, because this is by Creation Caravan. I'm pretty sure you guys know them. They are the king of turning any set into a Falcon, and like some of my most viral videos are joking about how you can turn any set into a Falcon. So I had to include at least one something into a Falcon, and I thought this was one of the prettier ones and cooler ones, the gingerbread one. But I still agree, it got put up against an absolute titan right here. So we're moving on with that. And then second round, the midi scale Falcon to Mecha Godzilla, or the N1 into the Mandalorian Starfighter. So where are we going with this?
So the N1 is by anything but yes, and I spoke to him on Instagram exactly about this, because I also spoke to him about his Stinger Mantis when I was building one, and he showed me some breakdown pictures of how the mechanism with the wing rotation works, which is literally not visible on a static picture, but this is insane. Like from a building perspective point of view, the technique used to make this possible, that's why for me, because just knowing how the inner structure works, this one wins. Even though the Godzilla is pretty cool as well, but not as complex from building point of view.
Yeah, you know, Godzilla is a very good idea. However, maybe it's not the prettiest interpretation. However, the idea is super cool. I love Godzilla, and it's surprising that you can turn the Millennium Falcon into Godzilla. And how about, you know, if anything can be turned into a Millennium Falcon, then anything can be turned into a Godzilla, or what?
Yeah, I have. This is by TK Goggles. I actually have Godzilla built right behind me. It is one of, he's sitting up there in the corner. I had to choose it because I'm like, it's one of the few alt builds. I found the midi scale Falcon for $20 at Walmart one day. So I was like, this is probably one of my favorite alt builds from that set, because it's just so out there. And I was like, that's so impressive. But for making it UCS size, and the fact that it can go into landing mode, swivel, all the stuff the Mandalorian Starfighter needs to do, this one is super impressive.
Yeah, agree.
So we'll go with that one this time. But I love you, Godzilla. And this one, both Star Wars. We got the No Way Home final battle into Geonosis Factory, and then the MTT into the other separatist tank. Where are we going?
For me, this is a hard one, because I like the left idea. I always like when someone is taking a set from a different universe and is transforming it into something Star Wars-like. And that's why I really like the idea. And it just, someone said, oh, there is a lot of medium nougat or dark orange, let's make it a Geonosis build. And I think the execution is quite good, or very good, I'd say. But again, this is the same builder as for the Trade Federation battle station. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Cody. Like, seeing something turning into something very different is always more impressive for me as well. So here, I would go with the Geonosis Droid Factory.
Okay. And what are you going with, Cody? Where are you going?
For me, it would be like 50-50. But as I always appreciate more things I could never come up with, because this tank was also on my to-do list. I commented on his when he did it, and I said, damn, now you did it first. So it's not it's a quite simple idea, taking the MTT and transforming it into this. But the other thing, there you really need to be creative. So I'd go with the left one.
Okay. Yeah, so that's 2. My vote. I was probably going to go with this one, but you guys outvoted me here. Both are really good ones. It kind of sucks seeing this beast go in the first round. That's how it moves. Now, as you were saying, turn one thing into a completely different thing. The crane into Wally. And then the other one, this one's still a banger, turning the Dark Falcon into Vader's castle. So...
Yeah,
I think it's called Dark Ray's Castle.
Yeah, it's got the a race speeder as well with the extra pieces. So that's a cool little twist.
The builder is called the Brick Cave. I think he's coming from Germany as well. And what I like about his alt builds is he is not saying this is Darth Vader's castle. He's always trying to make a story around the set itself. So he used now Dark Ray Castle. I really like this. The build is amazing. I think it's a really good alternative for all the people who want to have Vader's castle. But it's not a complex idea. Like, I don't want to say it's easy, but I guess Tommaso and I would also build something like this without any big issues. But the Wally thing again is you first need to have this idea. And this is really creative. And the execution, it looks like the old Wally set. So I would go with Wally for this one.
Yeah, I think, thought process would be the same for me as well. Because, again, creating Wally from that set is, you have to come up with that idea. It's a completely different stuff, like realizing you have some of those parts in there, you have the colors, and let's see if it works. And then it works. So I would choose Wally, but it's very, very close. It's very, very close because I really, really appreciate the other idea as well. It's so cool.
I see what you mean by like how you could think of it already, because you're just like, what are very triangular black things you could do with the Falcon's triangular pieces of Vader's castle, but you would have looked at the crane, it would have taken you a while to get to Wally. So I agree with the Wally take there. As we were talking earlier, big alt builds are hard to come by, but Taj Mahal, the Minas Tirith, or the Falcon and the Acclamator into this laser tank. I think Minas Tirith kind of takes this one pretty steadily. That is an insane build.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's again turning something into something different. Okay, it's a building, but anyway, again, coming up with the idea. On the other hand, the tank and when you combine, I know it on my example as well, like it becomes easier when you combine
two different sets.
Yeah, because you have more options for the pieces and so on. But it's a very good execution as well on the tank. But I would go with Minas Tirith here. Yeah,
me too. The left one is Monkey Bricks, and he has a crazy output currently. He's having so...
It's like once a week. He's faster than that. And they're always good. They're always very nice.
And I like his ideas, combining always two sets and having then something I have never thought about. Like his ideas are never on my to-do.
I think I never even saw this tank, to be fair.
From like the video
Wars
game,
fan.
like Lego Star Wars 3. Like it's in
the Clone Wars episode.
With the Zillow Beast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Minas Tirith we go.
Yeah.
Still have some homework to do. Okay.
Alrighty, so we got the Ransom Fern one, Bumblebee into an even cooler Bumblebee, or K2SO into the freaking Xenomorph. And
man,
this is hard because I think these both rock.
Why are they coming in the first round?
We only picked good stuff, man. But I think I gotta go with the Xenomorph for the creativity, but like this cannot, there's no way you look at this and think that that's a worse Bumblebee than the one in the set, you know?
I was thinking about Ransom Fern today and tried to find a category for this guy. And normally guys like Tommaso and I, we are taking a set and we're building something else out of it. But Ransom Fern is taking a Lego set and is building exactly the same model out of the Lego set, but better.
And he did it multiple times. Like, it's crazy. But I don't feel bad about if we don't move Bumblebee past the first round, because there's another Ransom Fern one later down the list. We already know what we're thinking, because that one is unbelievable. But this one's still damn great. But I'm going.
I mean, I love this Bumblebee. Like he's just standing there and so cool. And I couldn't even imagine. I mean, I came into this old build world and I was checking out Ransom Fern and I was like, what? How? And I didn't know how he came up with these things. Like, turning something into an even better something. But anyway, okay. Let's go with the alien one because just a few words about that. That's like super impressive in the in the idea, in the creativity. So I really love this whole build. And yeah, if you say Ransom Fern for another one,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
go with
Cody,
the
you agree?
alien. Let's
Or
let's give him some chance.
all right. So we got. I don't even know what this ship is called, but the shape is insane. Imperial Star Destroyer into another crazy ship, or the bonsai tree into Treebeard.
when Treebeard was released, like Rebrickable crashed, so to say.
Really?
No, not crashed, but from a traffic point of view, this listing got so many clicks because the builder decided to make the instructions for 3 days for free, and everyone wanted these instructions. And then afterwards, he made them for like $5. And then I think it's like 1.5 years ago. This is still one of the best-selling item on Rebrickable. It's always
Yeah.
trending. And the reason why is quite simple: €50 set, and you constantly get the bonsai tree on a discount. Everyone wants to have a Treebeard who is a Lord of the Rings fan, and the execution is phenomenal. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I would go with this, because I don't like the starship. The execution is good, but I have no clue what this is, and I don't like the look of
That's
it.
fair. The tree beard, like it, I don't see many bonsai tree alt builds, and the bonsai tree, from my knowledge, is one of the best-selling Lego sets. Period. So that's an amazing alt build for a popular franchise from one of the most popular sets ever. So many people have the bonsai tree, so of course they'd probably be like, "I'll take it apart and make that." So it makes sense pushing this one forward.
Yeah, and it came out very good timing because the all the Lord of the Rings sets just came out, and everyone is thrilled about them. So yeah, I love the frog for the nose. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, next
Yeah.
round. We got the cat into Batman and his batarang, or the panda into the Venom bust. These are two insane ones that, like, I can't imagine.
I think one of my all-time favorites is this Batman. I love that. I will go with that. I'm a huge Venom fan, to be fair. So I really love that idea, like turning pandas into Venom. That was so cool. But that Venom, man, that's again something like I don't even know how someone comes up with this kind of thing. And you have to display stuff at the same time. That's so cool.
That's what about the Batman one that really shocked me. It was like he must have built the Batman and then went, I have so many extra pieces. What else can I do? And he made like such a beautiful shaped batarang with stands for both of them. It's crazy.
I agree. I would also go with the Batman one because you have two really good display pieces, and both are, from a creativity point of view, top tier. But I'd say slightly Batman more favorite.
Got you. So now we won't go to the second side of the bracket yet. We're just continuing on from this one. The command ship or the starfighter?
Trade Federation or Mandalorian?
Yeah, I think I'm sticking with the Trade Federation to go forward.
Yeah, me too. But only because my personal preference. As a kid, I really liked Episode 1. And I still think we haven't gotten too many great separatist sets. And I'm a little bit tired of all Mandalorian stuff. That's why I personally like seeing more of prequel stuff. And the build is, both builds are phenomenal, but I think turning the Star Destroyer into this is even more complex than the other one.
Fair enough.
I totally agree with you. I will also go with the Trade Federation one here.
Alrighty. And then Wally versus the Droid Factory. Again, very complex builds, but I think I'm going with Wally. I think it's difficult, but it's like I'm more like, as a set wise, I think about what I'd rather display between the two of them. And this is such a cool concept of the Geonosis Arena, but that Wally is dang near perfect for Wally. So that's why I kind of think of it like that.
Well, I think I would go with the Geonosis one. But
Okay.
here, I cannot really point out any reason other than personal preference,
Oh,
like Star Wars over Wally,
gotcha.
because both things are so cool, like so cute as well, playable, displayable. Like both has different worlds. Like one is a character, one is a building and stuff, but still I feel like the same vibe around it. But I would go with the Geonosis one.
So Cody, which one tiebreaker?
I have a good reason why I also go with Geonosis one, because normally when people are pitching to me alternate model ideas, and sometimes I get really weird alternate model ideas saying like, why don't you build an ATTE walker using the Republic Juggernaut? And I'm like, there is an ATT walker which is perfect on shelves. Why should I take set which is more expensive and do it? Yeah. And for me, the Wally set or the Wally alternate model is really great, but there is
There's a
literally
great set.
there is no need doing it if you have $70 and you can buy the Wally and Eve set, which is currently available and is near perfect.
That's
So
fair.
there is no other chance to get a Geonosis droid factory. That's the only reason why I would say I go with this one.
Gotcha.
That's fair.
Now we twist the hand. Big Minas Tirith, or are we going Xenomorph?
I have to take a closer look to that Minas Tirith first.
I kind of am starting to think what Cody is saying here. Like the Minas Tirith's really cool, but like right now, there's a Minas Tirith on shelves. I wouldn't need this. Xenomorph, there's no Xenomorphs on shelves. So I think I kind of got to push toward going Xenomorph here.
Exactly.
But this one is from 2023.
It is older, but
yeah.
So you got to give it a little bit of credit there.
I'd say exactly the same reasoning as Andrew had. It was an alternate model which had its relevance a few years ago, but not now anymore. Like I would buy the new Minas Tirith set day and night, because if you zoom in, Tommaso, you maybe have opened the listing.
Yeah.
If you zoom in, then the model is not perfect. It's still a good one. Very visible that there are a lot of areas where you would need to improve some things for having it as a real standout display model.
Yeah, I agree. It's just maybe it's just a little. It's just too little for a very detailed Minas Tirith set. I would go with the Alien one because we have the Minas Tirith.
Two legendary ones for the next one: Treebeard or Batman. I think I'll go Treebeard here. I think it's getting tough. It's really tough once you're getting down the bracket.
Okay, I'm gonna make my choice. I'm going with Batman.
Ooh, pushing Cody into the tiebreaker position. Let's go.
But
yeah, I would also go with Treebeard. I think it's just like everything Andrew said before. You're taking or you have a gap in the Lego assortment. No Treebeard. You're taking one of the most popular sets with a very nice price point of €50, which is constantly on discount for $30-40, and you're just creating this. So there are so many reasons why this is a popular model, and it's also looking outstandingly good.
So we continue to narrow it down: Trade Federation ship or the Geonosis factory. As I said, I was kind of leaving this one behind, so it's kind of easy for me to be like, yeah, the droid command ship, that's my choice.
Now you go first, Cody.
Yeah, I think the factory is good, but I don't see the factory as good as being in the finale. To be honest, I go with the command station.
We're into the final four of this side.
Yeah.
So
okay, I see now. All right.
So yeah, now two different creatures: Treebeard and Xenomorph. This might just come down to preference of me being like, I kind of just like the Xenomorph better than Treebeard as a thing I'd want on my display, because they're both like top tier And also, like my other thought, you would need to add the figures to make Treebeard extra special. You don't need to add anything for the Xenomorph to just be so cool. So that's why I'm going Xeno.
Yeah, I could live with it.
Well, I would pick Treebeard, to be honest, and maybe it's a combination of personal preference and other reasons, but I think, like, when you look at it, Treebeard, the cuteness of it, the hero-ness of it. I mean, I like this Treebeard character in Lord of the Rings so much, and I really appreciate this idea. I think it's pretty cool, like turning the bonsai tree into this guy. So I would choose Treebeard over the Xenomorph, but it's a hard choice. But anyway,
Cody, where are we ending it?
For me, it's a tie. But
I don't want to influence you guys, and just telling my opinion.
I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, and I still remember I was so blown away. And when this launched, I had my Galactic Marines gunship was #1 on Rebrickable, and then this Treebeard came and pushed this one away. So I need to give it a shout out again. This one deserves to win.
It's completely valid. Like, you guys were convincing me through and through that I'm just like, yeah, Treebeard kind of deserves it. But on to the final one of this half, Treebeard and the Trade Federation ship. This one,
oh god,
I'll
let you guys go first because I'm iffy. I don't know. They're both fantastic.
I think the value for money is for both outstanding, because you're buying the Star Destroyer for, what is it, 160, but like every part is used. It's not like that 300 pieces are left over or something. And for the Treebeard, I guess he also used everything because he also built some kind of display stuff. So from value for money perspective, both are pretty damn good.
Yeah, I agree. And I think there's also a perspective that is equal for both. I think when we think of Star Wars and the more anticipated spaceships, then we can think of this Trade Federation, because I think we haven't got any official sets for this, right? So everyone was really anticipating one, and I think that's the magic behind it. Like, people just want it so bad. But as we think of Lord of the Rings, same thing goes there. Treebeard, everybody wants the Treebeard to include in the collection. If you put all the new Lord of the Rings sets on display, you just want Treebeard. So
I think because of how we've been talking about it, I think I might actually go Treebearder for the finale. Because I'm like looking at this and I'm just like, it's so dang good, but like maybe he was scratching for pieces once he got to the middle circle here. But like Treebeard is just so beautiful with the shaping on the face and stuff that I'm like, you know what? I can't even like nitpick if I tried to. Well, I could kind of be like, he did as good as he can, but there was still a little bit of limitations with the lack of like circular sort of pieces he could add to the front.
That's and if we want to get picky, we can say like, this is just another gray Star Wars ship.
Yeah.
People tend to say this.
I'm just really trying to find something I don't like about these at this point to be like, we're there. We're at the end. These are peak. So I'll go Treebeard.
I just wanted to put a link into the chat, but it seems the link is not working here in the chat. But now I give a stupid reason why Treebeard shouldn't win. There is another alternate model for Treebeard. And if you're looking for the mock, you can search for mock 248970 on Rebrickable. For me now, the only reason why this Treebeard shouldn't win is because I believe there is a better Treebeard on Rebrickable for...
Yeah, I just found it.
It's a little bit of a newer set and not as popular as the bonsai tree.
I see it.
I really like the look of it. It doesn't come with a display stand, but my reasoning now why the the droid battle station should
You've
win
never seen it otherwise.
there is no one else who built this in this scale. But for the tree beard, at least someone else tackled it. And there is an alternative you could also consider, which is equally good. And that's my reason, which is a little bit stupid, but I would go for
have to find a reason, right?
You both are tree beard, right?
No, I haven't.
Tommaso didn't answer yet.
Okay, I'm going with Star Wars. Sorry.
That's fair. That's fair. That was a good one. But now we're on to the second half. Another xenomorph from the T-Rex or the giant statues used in Rivendell. These are two other massive alt builds right here in the first round.
Oh, man.
So,
starting strong. Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm curious on how many pieces are actually used in this Rivendell one here, because I think there's probably a lot not used.
I checked it, and it uses around half.
Okay, yeah, that hurts it a bit. I'll be honest.
For me, it's always when I'm trying to design stuff, I think about, is it financially smart to do this?
Yeah,
and the right one seems to be cool, looks good. But it's not financially smart to buy €500 Rivendell to use only half of the pieces for something which looks good. But if you zoom in, you see it's an alternate model. Yeah. On the other side, the Alien one, and I have never watched Alien, sorry, but it's just looking damn cool.
Yeah,
it looks like a set.
Yeah, and it's got the face hugger too. Little alien sign as well. It seems like they just if they had the extra pieces, they were using it, which I guess brings that one up ahead. Alrighty, we got two Transformers, the Falcon into freaking Megatron, or I forget which car that is, into the Countach. The Porsche into the Countach.
This one is better than the Lego set, the Countach.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's really, and he built so many different alternate models from the Porsche, and every single one of them looks amazing. I have no clue how he's doing it, always using the same windshield and like white parts. And the Megatron is, from an idea perspective, quite impressive. But I also built so many different sets from the Millennium Falcon, and knowing the parts inventory, it's literally possible to build anything from the Millennium Falcon. So I'm not that surprised that this is possible.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I think this Lamborghini was one of the first that I saw as an alternate build, and I was impressed. I mean, even when I wasn't building Lego, I was like, what? This is possible? You know, like how? And it turned out, so yeah, I'm very much impressed. And this is, I think this is my favorite car design all time. So I would go with that one. But again, as Cody mentioned already, the other one is a phenomenal idea in itself, but the execution is better on the Lamborghini.
Yeah, I think we all agree that it's just like the Lamborghini. If you didn't know that wasn't an alt build, you would just straight up assume that was a normal set. And I think that's what really brings it forward. Alrighty, these two, that we got a modern one and then a classic, the bunny to the face hugger from Alien, or the Geonosis arena from the cat. Funny, both animals into something that's completely different. So that's fun. I do have to say, I have a bit of bias toward this face hugger because this was the thing that really got me into alt builds. This was my first video on my channel over like 20,000 views. So like this really got me into the YouTube space when I talked about this. But this one has done numbers in recent weeks. Like since this came out, I've seen so many people talking about the Geonosis arena. So where do you guys sit?
I would go with the same reasoning as we had before with Treebeard displaying it without minifigures. And the Geonosis Arena is really good, don't get me wrong, but if you don't have the minifigures, it's nothing without the minifigures. And you know prices. So these minifigures are all really expensive. But the other one is from a price point. I mean, the bunny is, what is it, $20 or something? Yeah. And it's a nice display piece for an Alien fan. You don't need any additional minifigures. It works by itself. So this would be my reason to rather go with the smaller build this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just... I kind of agree with you guys. I also find it a little more funny and creative. The face hugger from the bunny. However, the Geonosis Arena is again something that was, I think that is very anticipated. Like, people really want to get some Geonosis Arena with the beasts in it, you know, and that's where the hype is coming from. And this is very well executed. Maybe there could be some more details in there, but maybe, you know, the cat set didn't have so much of that little greeblings and all that stuff to put in there. So I would go with the face hugger for the creativity. And
yeah, I'll do the same there. The Geonosis Arena is great, but like, you need Dooku's like $100 figure on his own now. You need so much money to fill that thing up. I have all the figures to fill it up.
Yeah, but like, you know what? Maybe
people do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe people are collecting Lego from way back, and you know, they probably have all these things. When you say like, okay, I want the Geonosis Arena because I have everything that should be there, but there's no Geonosis Arena available, and that's when you, I think, turn to these kind of things, and not the other way around.
I mean, the idea is insane. If I would have the idea, I would have immediately tackled it. This is the kind of idea I had with Notre Dame. When I saw Notre Dame, and I saw in my mind, okay, this could be Jabba's throne room. And I can imagine how this guy saw the orange cat and thought, this is something Geonosis like.
Yep.
But I don't know how you guys come up with these. I mean, like, even you, Cody, like, where did you see Jabba's palace in Notre Dame?
Where just all the sand colors. It's gotta be it.
Yeah, it had tan colors and a little bit of dark gray for the regular.
So only the colors.
It's only the colors, nothing else.
Wow.
Okay.
Alrighty, on to the next one. The Infinity Gauntlet into the Infinity Toilet, or the Mantis from the UCS X-Wing.
I need to say the Infinity Toilet is just a rebrickable classic, and it did really well. It was top selling for many months.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it did great.
This, but I assume with the Infinity Toilet, just looking at the image, I guess, but maybe we can check it up, Tommaso. But I believe there will be a lot of leftover pieces.
Yeah. That sounds right.
That's true. I'm gonna check out really quick.
Yeah, I don't.
So it's 420 parts.
It's not that bad. The setter's 590.
Well, yeah, it's 590. It's not too bad.
170 leftovers. Okay.
It's not too bad in this sense. Anyway, okay, yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna go with the Stinger Mantis. Because that's a beautiful thing. Well executed. I love it. But yeah, Toilet was a classic.
Yeah.
Had to bring
That's
up.
another anything but yes design. He's pretty dang good at these.
He sent me free of charge the instructions when I was working on mine, and I was going through the instructions, and for the wing rotation feature, I messaged him multiple times asking him how the hell he is doing this, and that I don't understand how it's done, even though I can see the instructions in front of my eyes. I couldn't figure it out until he explained to me one specific part is used, and then I saw it. The entire instructions, I browsed through it. The building techniques for this one are crazy good.
On to the next one. Fell Beast from the Harry Potter set and the Grey Wolf, or the Otter into Godzilla once again. This one's a new one. This one, like, came out while we were discussing which ones we wanted in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And low key, the Fell Beast here is kind of better than the one that Lego released in the GWP. So
Yeah.
both are fantastic. But where do you guys sit? Which one are you picking?
I'd say the Fell Beast, just having the idea that the Thestral set from Harry Potter is giving you black pieces and the wing elements, and then adding the wolf creator 3-in-1 for some gray pieces and also like a rock formation for display, it's quite ingenious. On the other hand, this otter idea also quite creative, but I'm not a big Godzilla fan, so I would rather go with the Fell Beast, as I see more appeal here having this displayed next to your Lord of the Rings collection. It looks like a premium display model.
I'm gonna go with Godzilla just because, at the very least, I don't know if you've seen Godzilla -1. This is exactly what that scene looked like from the movie, where it was chasing the ship, slightly head peeking over the water. They nailed the look of the Godzilla in that movie. So I was very impressed by the way they turned the otter into Godzilla here. But the Fell Beast, yeah, that one is lovely.
It's a hard choice for me as well, because I was a little bit mad at this otter thing that when they selected it, it's an idea set, I think, and I was like, what's that? But anyway, I think I also gonna go with the Fell Beast, because it just looks a little better. But turning the otter into a much cooler stuff is very much appreciated by me. That's so cool. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another Ransom Fern model, as well as, is that also the Porsche, or is it?
No, it's from G. It's the Porsche, but
the Porsche into the Batmobile. So what you guys thinking?
I think the Ransom Fern model is a perfect example of how good a set could be with exactly the same pieces. Like, not saying, okay, let's add 1,000 more and some special pieces here and there. It's exactly the same amount of pieces. And I would be so interested if the Lego designer who created this horrific set, this ugly one, if he has ever seen what someone else did with it.
It's a hard choice for me. The Batman was designed by a fellow Hungarian designer, by the way. I was blown away from that idea as well, but the same thing goes to Ransom Fern. Oh man. But I know that I have another Ransom Fern, which I like even better.
That there's one more that I think could totally win the whole bracket for Ransom Fern. But I still would go with this Hulkbuster over the Batmobile. The Batmobile is really cool, but it's also just kind of the thing that, like, I've seen so many Batmobiles from Lego that I'm just getting tired of it. I wouldn't turn another set into a Batmobile.
And there's also a lot of alternate builds of for Batmobiles as well.
And in Ransom really fixed an issue here for the community. A lot of people were anticipating the Hulkbuster, and I still know the frustration. Everyone hated this thing. And then he came, and I think sales went up. Everyone loved it.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever had to build this, I would definitely go with the Ransom Fern one. Like, 100%.
My friend, he worked at a Lego store, and the Hulkbuster set that they had on display, nobody wanted to take it home because it was so bad. So he took it as just maybe I'll sell it online. And then like a week later, this alt build came out and he tore it apart and made it. So I've actually seen this one in person and it rocks. And I'm like, he's like, thank God I stole it. Like, because this thing's sick. So yeah. Hulkbuster moving forward. Oh, speak of the devil. Here we go. Well, How to Train Your Dragon into Baradur, which is insane. But the Black Panther Ransom Fern, which I've built. I've built this one.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah,
Really?
it's in the other room. It's the only thing I will say is that it is the most complex build I've ever made in my life.
Really?
The back, if you build it wrong in one step, you would have to reverse basically everything. So at one point when I was finishing it up, the back fell off and I had no way to put it back on without basically ripping all the arms and stuff off. So I just kind of leave it facing the wall and nobody can tell the back is gone. And plus there's a, you can't see it right here, but he has a little display base underneath the actual like waist up. The display base is very fragile. So I've just kind of scrapped the display base and just have it displayed the way it is right here. But like when it comes up to the top and it's like the head, like even if you just use the head as a helmet, that's like the coolest helmet design like would ever be. This thing is phenomenal. It is so draws attention in the room, but it was, I should have organized my pieces better. This was insanely hard to build with 3,000 plus pieces just there.
I don't even understand how someone could see this set and say, I make it better, because the set is so bad looking.
Yeah.
And it was not even selling. Like no one wanted it. It was not immediately, but normally Lego is not discounting on their own website. But this one went quite fast on sale for 30%. And when it retired, and it had a shelf life of only like 1 year or 1.5, so quite short, they discounted for 40%. And normally, I would never do an alternate model of something which is unpopular, low shelf life, and no one wants. But Ranson said, I use it, I make it better, and like it's mind-blowing.
Unbelievable.
Knowing that this is from the parts and having the box next to it and seeing what he did out of it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really looking like a cool statue and not like a Lego model. You know, you always feel like this is Lego because there is something weird of it on the face or on the gesture or something. But this is like neat, cool. Yeah. And
right.
Just one word for the Lord of the Rings one, because this is again pretty creative to turn
Very.
The dragon into this one. But I think we already talked about this, like having a set that's already available. Then why would you want another one that is depicting the same thing?
But it's a way cheaper option. When Brad, so Creation Caravan, dropped this, I was blown away, and I really thought this one is going to be trending on Rebrickable, as I thought a lot of people might want to have this tower, but don't want to invest $400+.
Yep.
That's fair. That's fair.
But it quickly disappeared again from the front page. Even though I think the idea is really ingenious and using the wings for the top of the tower. So really creative parts usage. But on the other hand, you can't beat Ransom.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Alrighty, what's next? Oh, so we got 2 MTTs into a even bigger, crazier MTT that can hold a bunch of different droids, or this one, which the moment the microfighter came out, everyone tried to do Plo Koon Starfighter using Obi-Wan's Starfighter, the creator plane, and his mini Starfighter. So
Andrew, now I want to say something, and I think this is the only alternate model which doesn't deserve to be on our list. And I have a quite strict opinion when it comes to Jedi Starfighters. Every Jedi Starfighter Lego did is oversized. Yeah. I did the calculations, and my Jedi Starfighter is having the perfect scale if you transform it into real dimensions. And mine is built using the race plane and the Plo Koon microfighter plus one additional part being the canopy here. So it's not an alternate model, not 100%. But I was never a fan when everyone took the Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter and then the race plane and the Plo Koon Microfighter 3 sets, transforming it in an oversized Plo Koon Jedi Starfighter. I was
And
never.
is this oversized?
This is oversized. Like also Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter is oversized. It's like 3 centimeters, or in American units, like 1 inch or something too long. On the other hand, this is not hard to pull off. My alternate model is also not hard to build. I don't want to say that I did a tremendous job here, but this is not a complex alternate model. This is quite easy to build. On the other hand, Will Crafting, what he did here with the MTT, having also all the mechanisms working and just upsizing or like doubling the model is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
It's
here.
impressive.
It's not a hard choice here to make because we have a lot of complexity, and it's looking good. I mean, the tank is looking good.
Yeah,
Or
the
what's
one
it
thing
called?
I didn't
Transport.
like about this one is that there was no spot for the droid also in the front. They're supposed to have the droid sitting in the starfighter, but there's no place for it in this one.
There is at the front, but here, maybe Monkey Bricks is listening to this video later on. One advice from myself I would give to every rebrickable designer: take as the first image, as your thumbnail, a photo of the model in real life. Because like Will did here, from my point of view, a lot of people click more on something which is built in real life because they 100% know this one is buildable. It's not just a digital render, you can really build it. And you can also show them some minifigures and stuff. He did he used a digital render, and that's why he doesn't has the astromech droid head and Plo Koon in the cockpit.
That makes sense.
But from time to time, I get that have I built this in real life? Because I'm just showing renders for my pictures, because I never show renders, So another advice: don't take too good pictures.
Your pictures are really good. Yeah.
They are fantastic. Like, do you have like a black box or like that, like a special photograph area for yours?
I bought just a very big black background, these things that you can roll up.
Gotcha.
Very cheap stuff.
All right.
And I'm just using one of my top lamps with some paper to to diffuse the light a little bit more, and then that's it. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit of editing afterwards, but that's all.
All righty. Well, we've talked about all of them, so we are on to round 2 for this one: Alien or the Countach. And I think the Countach got to keep going. It looks like a real set, man.
I take the Alien one. I think the Alien one is better than the T-Rex set. The T-Rex set looks like it's completely falling apart the moment you build it. And the Alien set has like the Alien logo, the Alien, this other creature you name dropped several times. But as I said, I have no worries. What it is. But it has more to offer for me personally. So I would go with this one.
Yeah, I can understand this. But on the other side, I mean, I'm too obsessed with that car, to be honest. And I would pick. So if I had to choose, like, which one do you want? They are free. I would go with the Countach.
That's a good question.
It's just again personal opinion, because both of them really well executed, very good ideas.
I would go with the Alien and rebuild it into Jabba's throne room.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Countach to the next round. It was 2-1. Back to these are two opposite ends of the spectrum: the bunny to the face hugger, or the UCS X-Wing into the Mantis. So
for me, the X-Wing, like, I have never been a fan of UCS sets like the X-Wing, TIE Interceptor, which are upscaled models and not in minifigure scale. I rather enjoy a UCS set like the Jango Slave 1 or the Boba Fett Slave 1, which are minifigure scale. I never bought these sets and I never will. But this Stinger Mantis model would be a driver for me to consider buying such a set, because I get a play scale or a minifigure scale model, which is looking really good. And if you just replace a few pieces with some blue pieces, then you have
just
perfect
like the
Stinger
one.
Mantis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta agree with that.
Agree with you, but yeah, also, you know, considering the complexity here and all the working features that we already mentioned here, we should go with the Stinger Mantis.
Yeah, this one also has a full interior, right? Like the whole thing can like the top can pop off on this one. I think I remember, and
Yeah.
like he included the cockpit, a little section in the back. It's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, Felbeast or the upgraded Hulkbuster?
Hogbuster.
Yeah, I think the Felbeast kind of just gets hurt in the fact that it's just such an astounding model with the Hulkbuster. Like they actually made the perfect Hulkbuster with that. While the Felbeast, of course, has that thing that Cody said. It's like, well, you needed 2 sets. That makes it a little bit easier to figure out what you need to do. While he just took the pieces from a bad set and made it a good one.
Yeah, and the model on the left side, you could also say you take this Harry Potter set and combine it with there are maybe 5 other options you could go for and have also a nice looking Felbeast. Maybe not as good as this one, but I only say from a complexity point of view, this is by far not on the same level as a Hulkbuster. It's way easier to build. But the Hulkbuster is just, improving the model so much. I don't even know how he did it.
Yeah, and also I would add the same thing, that it's very complex, a lot of pieces, still looking so damn good. So yeah, it just beats the Felbeast.
Alrighty, on to sets that are made from one thing into just a better model of themselves. Funny how that matches up. Black Panther into Black Panther, 2 MTTs into an MTT. What are we going with?
What was the retail price of this Black Panther set? It was really expensive.
Was
over
it
300.
350 USD? Hold on.
Because I think for this decision, it's quite important to understand we're talking 350 euros or dollars.
Yeah.
Versus, if we consider just the regular retail price, 2 MTTs are 320 bucks. So it's quite similar. But realistically, no one bought Black Panther for the normal price because it was constantly heavily on discount.
Yeah.
But the MTT is also on discount. So,
yeah, the only reason I bought and made the Black Panther is because it came out right around like the Black Friday time, and Walmart suddenly put it up for like $190 or something, like 50% off. And I was just like, yeah, why not? It'll be fun. But like, I would debatedly like see this and go out whenever, because I already got one of the MTTs. A second one to make something that crazy, I might go for it. Because then at the end of the day, I would still be happy with 2 of these MTTs. Well, if I only had this one Black Panther, I'd be like, what the heck? So it's difficult, but they're both phenomenal.
It's a good point you're making, Andrew, that even if you decide to disassemble the MTT, you still have 2 good-looking MTTs, which are a little bit small, but the MTT is a good set. The Black Panther is not a good set, so the only option is really keeping the model as it is.
Which is a fair thing to do.
So, yeah, it's MTT has playability. Black Panther is only just a display model.
But with playability, I mean, I upscaled the U-Wing. And when upscaling the U-Wing, I figured out 2 sets doesn't mean you can double the size, but you can increase the size by 40-50%. And you can literally just do exactly what is in the instructions, but change a few things. Yeah. So it's quite simple to keep all the techniques, mechanisms, and stuff. Which doesn't mean that I say Will Crafting had an easy job figuring it out, but I guess the Black Panther and figuring bring out this stuff, even when Andrew says this was the most complex build he ever did.
Yeah, it's structurally different, but if you go with the MTT, it's structurally the same. So basically, you can use very similar techniques. I also ran into that when I designed the Outrider, which is pretty similar to the Falcon in many ways. So you kind of using similar techniques to achieve that. So I completely understand that. Yeah. I would go with Black Panther here.
Yeah.
Tommaso just said his Outrider would have lost this round. Too easy.
Oh, depends on the other side.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Black Panther too, because like at the end of the day, it like even though it's so dang complex and you have to make sure every piece is like perfect while building it, it still looks so imposing. Not to say the MTT isn't, but I think the Black Panther is
there was
just
also a lot
legendary.
of MTTs already by Lego, right?
That's fair. Yeah. You've never had a
Black. I would consider.
Yeah, and the fact that the Black Panther head here is in scale with the other helmet sets, it's like they just did a helmet set, but just added a full waist upward, which is insane. So
just look how much better the helmet looks versus the one on the set. It's funny.
It's unreal. Oh yeah, I think Black Panther gets it done here.
Yeah.
Alrighty, up to the semifinals. Countach versus the Mantis. I think the Mantis moves forward here, especially with the playability.
But you haven't built that, Andrew, right?
I have not built neither of these. I'm just going off of what Cody said, and just I have like looked at this model in detail before, and I was like, wow. But I would just not buy an X-Wing. UCS X-Wing is not on my radar of something I'd pick up.
I'm a little bit torn apart. I'm not a car guy, but that the fact that this one is looking so much better than the Lego set, and I assume from a building techniques point of view, but I haven't built it, but I assume it's quite impressive as well, getting all the shapes done. I don't know, Thomas, what do you say?
I have some mixed feelings, because the problem I have with the Stinger Mantis is that I already seen a lot of Lego custom Stinger Mantis models.
I built 4.
Yeah, I was about to say Cody's got some. Not
probably cool I've seen better executed ones, but obviously we're talking about alternate builds here, and this is a fairly complicated ship to build if you want to keep the mechanisms as that you ran into, Cody.
I kind of agree with you that there are, like, from this point of view, like, if I want to have a Stinger Mantis, I could go with other options than buying the $240 X-Wing and then having a Stinger Mantis without any blue color tones, what the Stinger Mantis has. And I mean, I built one using the New Republic X-Wing and the U-Wing. Both together come with $140. So you're saving $100, and you have at least blue in the model. The model is not better than this one, but if you just want to have a Stinger Mantis with for a lower price. But on the other hand, the Porsche, I guess, is less expensive than the official Countach.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
it's an older model as well. I would go with the Lamborghini, guys.
Yeah, actually, you've kind of convinced me there. I think I might go with the Lamborghini.
Very hard choice to make.
Yeah,
I go with Lamborghini as well.
Okay.
If it's better and less expensive.
Yeah, you can't really beat that. Wow. Okay, fun cracker right here. The Ransom Fern making both of the models that kind of sucked by official Lego into actual peak. Yeah, this one's rough.
This one's very rough.
I see more appeal for the Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
Just because of Iron Man, everyone loves Iron Man. But just from what do I think is more impressive? I think both. Like I know no clue.
I think the Black Panther is more impressive because like I thought there was no salvaging that set. Like that was like honestly like one of the worst looking sets Lego's ever made. And it was like at the time I was like, why don't they just give us a Black Panther helmet? It would sell fantastic. And then they made this overpriced nonsense that just looked terrible. And you're like, you got the idea, but like if this was the set at 350, this thing would have flew off shelves. You know what I mean? Of course, Lego would have made it a little bit more like less complicated, but I think they still could have made it look really good if they did it like this. While the Hulkbuster, I think as a model, it's less impressive than the Black Panther. So I think I'm going with the Black Panther here.
Yeah, I agree. I would also go with the Black Panther here. I mean, probably only because it's structurally very different from the original
Yeah.
than the Hulkbuster, because there you have kind of like the skeleton already, and that's what you have to work from, but make it way cooler. But then on the other hand, the Black Panther, you have to come up with something kind of completely different to get along. So I would choose Black Panther here.
I can live with the decision.
Yeah, the Black Panther is just a much more drastic build than drastic change. So
Yeah,
move there, and then the Countach or the Black Panther.
man.
I think Black Panther, when you put him like that, it kind of is like, oh dang. I think the Black Panther kind of finally bites down on the Countach to go.
What do you say, Cody?
Yeah, same. Same. I mean, when the Black Panther launched, I thought this one is good, but this won't sell. But it was a long time quite trending on Rebrickable, so I guess a lot of people were considering really getting the Black Panther bust then, which was surprising to me, because sometimes there are just cool alternate models, but you still think 350 bucks for such a set is too much. For the Porsche, there are so many great alternate models.
But don't forget that this Lamborghini was also pretty high selling, like for a very long time.
Yeah. A lot of his models are still selling like crazy. He has so many great models from the Porsche. But just the fact that there are tons of great models from the Porsche, but only one alternate model from the Black Panther, proves me in this set is only one person in the world figured out to make it a great set.
Yeah, this Porsche is something like this MIDI Millennium Falcon that everybody was using, because I guess there's a very good part selection in that. I don't really know, but I guess. So yeah, let's go with Black Panther then.
And then I think this is the finals, right? The Black Panther versus the Trade Federation ship. I think both are great. I think the only reason I'm going to go with the Black Panther is because I've actually gone out the way to buy the set to do the alt build, which I can't say I've gone out of the way to buy a second Star Destroyer to do this ship. So I think that's the only reason I'm making the Black Panther win for me on this last round. But I also know you guys are huge Star Wars guys, so you guys can totally swing it here. So I want to hear you guys talk about it.
I think it's more impressive to do an amazing alt build from a ugly set than creating a great alt build from a great build. So I rather go with the Black Panther, even though I don't like that this one is winning because the set is just so bad. But
yeah, I think that's what makes it so good, because the set was so terrible that he made something that was undeniable, to the point where it was like, I looked at it on sale and I went, I gotta, like, that's so cool. I gotta try this one out. So I think there was a lot of people, like you said, like, I think you said it went trending on Rebrickable or whatever, even though the set was nearly retired and super expensive. I think a lot of people like me went out the way to buy this set just to do this model, which I don't think people are going out the way to buy the Star Destroyer to then do the Trade Federation ship.
Yeah, it's a hard choice. I remember that when I saw both of these for the first time, I was completely impressed. Like how good they are, how different they are from the original sets, and so on. But yeah, I would go with Black Panther here as we are in the finals. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah. We had some phenomenal builds and that we went through, but as the brackets completed, I think we did some good work. I think we picked a solid choice for the winner. I think some other great ones like the Treebeard,
Hmm.
Countach, some the Alien, the Hulkbuster. We had some amazing builds to fight with. So I think this was a dang good one. So shout out Ransom Fern for winning
Yeah.
the whole thing. And yeah, any last words you guys want to say?
It's pretty nice to look at this bracket. I'm like, you can see all the way coming into the
Yeah.
finals. Pretty nice models.
I think we have a good variety in it.
Yeah.
We are Star Wars guys, but we try to get some non-Star Wars builds into it.
Yeah.
And then in the end,
A non-Star Wars
A
one
non-Star
won.
Wars one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, that's a little surprising. Final Four, one Star Wars set. That's something else. Oh, actually, Final Eight, two Star Wars sets, or three. That's not a crazy ratio, but I think we were good at picking a good variety for this bracket. Because to be fair, we could totally do a second one in the future that's just purely Star Wars ones. Because Star Wars, I think, is the top for all builds right now. I don't think there's any other theme that has more alt builds than Star Wars out there, just because of the way that all builds really began with the builds on the back of the boxes from like '02 to '05.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think yeah, maybe in the future we'll do a Star Wars one. Comment down below if you'd like to see that. But appreciate you guys for hopping on. Cody, Tommaso, of course, go out check out their channels, Instagrams, and stuff because as I showed earlier, they are phenomenal builders. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we shall see you later. Peace.
bye.
Bye.